Welcome back, everybody. We all know this weather can bring us down, but sometimes it's really more than just the weather. And when you're a preteen, life is throwing a lot at you.
Yeah, that's where Camp Lucy comes in. It's a new camp coming soon for middle school students and teachers, all about navigating crucial conversations about mental well-being.
Yeah, Jordon Corcoran, the founder and CEO of Listen Lucy, is here to tell us all about it. Jordon, thank you, as always, for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm
Well,
happy to be back.
We love what you do. We love what you address, and you take the stigma out of a lot of things. Now you're planning this camp. Tell us about it.
Yes, so on May 8th in 2024, I'm going to host my first ever camp for middle school students, where I'm going to bring students from all over the city, and they can come and hear all of the different incredible mental health advocates speak and share their stories to end stigma, to make kids feel seen and heard. And the biggest thing is that I'm attempting to make this free for all schools to attend.
Yeah,
So you're raising money right now.
Yes, my goal is to raise $35,000. I'm currently at $19,208. So when I get to 25, I'm not keeping track or anything. When I get to 25,000, I'm going to open up registration. So I'm hoping to raise $6,000 more so I can open registration and start getting these kids accounted for to make sure that this can be as effortlessly cool as possible.
That's awesome. So before we talk a little bit more about the camp,
Yes.
let's go back to your childhood a little bit and talk about how you came up with the name Lucy. It has to do with your grandmother, right?
My mom,
Your
yes.
mom,
My mom
okay.
gave me the nickname Lucy many, many years ago. She calls me Luce, Lucille, Lucinda, never Jordan. And that name has kind of stuck with me. So when I created Listen Lucy, my mental health organization, I love the alliteration of Listen and Lucy. I always say if it was called Listen Jordan, it would have
It wouldn't have, doesn't have the same ring.
It doesn't have the same zhuzh, you know?
Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the camp and
Okay.
what people can expect. Because I remember when I was in middle school, I really felt like I needed that mental health support. And that was never there for, I can speak for myself and David, maybe for you. We didn't have that.
No, I didn't either. So I know how much I would have benefited from having people come and speak not only about the subjects that I'm struggling with, but to also see success stories. All of the speakers on my lineup are from Pittsburgh. I want these kids to see that you don't need to look outside of our city for greatness. Everything is happening here. We've all endured and overcame and are doing what we can to better the community. And I want kids to feel that connection so they can start learning healthy ways to cope with adversity at a much younger level.
And they become role models for the kids, these speakers coming in, I'm sure. Talk to us a little bit about the problems. Like, we all know that being a young person nowadays, there's even more stuff being thrown at them. But when it comes to anxiety and other mental health issues, like, there's a crisis, right?
Oh, for sure. We're in a mental health crisis. I think it was last year whenever I was speaking, I was actually at a middle school speaking, and that day the CDC came out with a report that the number used to be 1 in 4 kids, school-age kids, have a diagnosable mental illness, and from direct fallout from the pandemic, it's now 1 in 3. There's no avoiding these subjects, and you don't have to have a mental health diagnosis in order to care about your mental health, right? 100% of us have that. So between internet, social media, anxiety, depression, all of these things combined, there's so much that our kids are going through. Teaching them ways to deal with that in a healthy way is setting them up for success in the future.
I'm thinking peer pressure, bullying. And I mean, of course, you know, if parents are involved, they can be involved, but you can't always catch everything. You're working, you're at home. So it's good to have this resource.
And it's nice for the kids to hear it from someone other than their parents, right? Like, my son doesn't clean up at home, but he's amazing at cleaning up at preschool because his teacher's telling him to do it, right? So
Funny how that works.
Isn't it wild? So I think also bringing in other people to be talking about just reinforces what hopefully our parents are teaching their kids at home.
Yeah, this is wonderful. So we're so happy that you're putting this on and you're raising money and you're almost to your goal to really make this free and accessible to everyone.
It's so important. The financial restrictions that schools face to bring in programming like mine, it has to be overcome, and I'm doing what I can to make sure that barrier is no longer, you know, in somebody's way.
Well, we wish you all the success, and thank you continually for doing what you do. You make this part of the dialogue, and that's so important. Thank you, Jordon.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting it.
Much needed.
Well, again, Camp Lucy will happen May 8th, and until then, you can find more on the Listen Lucy platform by using the link and how to donate money as well on our website, pittsburghtodaylive.com.